There's something happening here, but what it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs. Mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. You better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. You better stop. What's that sound?
Save money with Snapshot ProView. Instant savings on your commercial auto insurance and vehicle management tools.
There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor. In God, I know I'm one. My whole was taken. Sold my new jeans. My whole world's a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing you gamble is a suitcase and trouble. And the only time you'll be satisfied is when he's on the drum. Oh, mother, tell your children not to do what I have done. Spend your life in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. The black one, the old put on the train. I'm going back to New Orleans to where that falling train. Well, the house in New Orleans, because the sun, and it's been known for many a boy. In God, I know I'm one. Miles on the Gulf Stream, I hear the south wind moan. The bridge is getting lower, the shrimp boat's coming home. The old man down in the corner slowly turns his head, takes a sip from his whiskey bottle, and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on the Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. The high black water, a devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Man came down from Chicago, he gonna set that levee right. He says it needs to be at least 3 feet higher, it won't make it through the night. But the old man down in the corner, he said, don't you listen to that boy. The water be down by the morning, and he'll be back to Illinois. I was born in the rain on the Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane, they come around every June. The high black water, the devil's daughter, she's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her it takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. 30 miles on the Gulf Stream. I hear the south wind moan. Bridges getting lower. The shrimp boat's coming home. The old man down in the corner slowly turns his head. Takes a drink from his whiskey bottle and this is what he said. I was born in the rain on the Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. Don't mind the strain of a hurricane. They come around every June. High black water, devil's daughter. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her. It takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. I was born in the rain on the Ponce train underneath the Louisiana moon. I don't mind the strain of a hurricane. They come around every June. The high black water, never gonna. She's hot, she's cold, and she's mean. But nobody taught her. It takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Nobody taught her. It takes a lot of water to wash away New Orleans. Look out across the field, see me returning. Focus in your eyes, you brought a smile. On the fireplace, where my letters to you are burning. You had time to think about it for a while. Well, I walked 200 miles, look me over. It's the end of the chase, and the moon is high. It won't matter who loves who. You love me, I love you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When the night comes falling, when the night comes falling, when the night comes falling from the sky. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands on the wheel. We go to the road for a deal. A good time. Hey, hey, hey. The back of the road out, they got the door. The back of the road out, they got the door. That's all the people who like kiss and slow. Let it go, baby, go. Let it go, baby, go. Let it go, baby, go. Let it go. All night long. What about the name? What they gonna say? Stop little sister, girl, little sister, little sister, singing like a tree, rolling like a dog, shaking and rolling out. Tell her that, Jack. They told me don't walk in. They're on the jungle. They're on the $200 million guns are loaded. Satan cry again. Better run through the jungle. Better run through the jungle. Better run through the people know my wisdom. Build a land with smoke. Better run through the jungle. Better run through the jungle. Better run through the jungle. Oh, don't.
Hello, peeps. I'm here, obviously. No, dear. I mean, you know what's fine. It is what it is right now. So, hopefully y'all can hear me. If you can't, there's still ample interpreters around here. I know too. Um, that also is just how it is. It's been a wild 48 hours plus, hence the reason I've not been back. Some of it anyway. Um, had my own medical issue situation occur. Whatever the hell happened with it. Oh, that's not a good sign, but, well, that too is what it fucking is. And then I had to just kind of keep walking it off eventually. And, then, um, other things occurred. And, I think Little and I spent most of yesterday crisscrossing about like 3 fucking states trying to get stuff done, for her. And, yeah, that did not make this mama very pleased in the least. In the least. With a whole bunch of people. So, it was a nice drive though. Despite it being 97 fucking degrees outside ambient temperature, but, when you're traveling like that and having to stop places and such and pavement, it was not pleasant, okay? Some of it, but, as long as you do X amount of ice cream stops and ice stops, it all works out. And then, one particular guy, pissed me the whole fuck off, cause it was all his fucking fault yesterday. Uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Purposefully so. And, after Mama had fixed everything and gotten everything, I went back to, tell this guy about himself just a little bit in a nice southern way, you know. Not the full Appalachian, I'm gonna fuck you up way. And, yeah, anyway. And then, when I did this and I pulled up to the fellow, Little was like, oh my god. It's like, what? Little's like, oh god, Mama, you ain't. I was like, oh, I am. Little's like, Mama. I was like, I'm gonna do it in a nice way. I swear. Little's like, oh god. Okay, I know this needs to be done, and I know. But maybe you could just park and go inside and do it. But anyway, so, I was like, you know how, like, I've been teaching you how to continue firming your voice up after a monster's about to. This is one of those moments where, even nicely, speaking back to someone to push back because they're not used to that. It may not seem like a big deal, but it is, because they're not used to that. And, it can change the world for a whole bunch of people. And so it does matter to be the voiceman where you can. And she was like, yeah, no, but, and I was like, alright, my shy little, still, yeah, I was like, fine, Mama will do as a little sis. So, anyway, yeah, it was a hell of a day. So, and that guy clearly seen me. Yeah. Uh-huh. He knew. He done knew he fucked up. And Mama was back. He knew he done fucked up. Next time I'm there, I'll make sure to stop in and say howdy. So anyway, And I mean that. I was going to be nice. But the divider of no, when you do shit like this that affects real people, blah, 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 and you've caused no. People feel some types of ways about it, and it ain't right. And, yeah, but I was going to do it in a very nice way of, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see what you did there before I ever left here the first time. Yeah. And, fun fact, what you told me was bullshit, just like I knew it was in person. Yeah. I was gonna do it in an extraordinarily nice manner and very sweet, short, and I mean, um, but, sometimes it's worth raising your voice and being one and making just a little extra effort to do that instead of letting certain shit. Because though it was inconvenient as fuck to us yesterday, things like that drastically change the world around others and affect a great deal many more when people like that are allowed to slide with their bullshit. Um, and then pushing back a little when and where you can encourages change and lets people know there'll be at least some polite pushback and that people see them and the assholes they are. Anyway, so yeah, the good news is that all's well, and fuck that dude in particular. And then it was sort of also a life changing sort of day yesterday. One that definitely required all the fist bumps and the hallelujahs and all the ice creams one could manage. So there's that. Anyway, now, before I continue here, and I know the last couple of lives, right? Like I'm coming back, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, they'll all sort of come together for those, paying attention and have been here probably the longest and do have real working brains. Common sense, heart decency, comprehension skills, etc. And the rest, fuck them, they don't matter. It's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to go down to here so other idiots can. I'm not gonna spend my entire life fucking explaining shit. I'm just not. To, you know, assholes that have no intention of trying to understand or putting things together in a right way. Or, yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. Because fuck them, that's why. Oh, a bad thing has occurred though. And I know y'all hear the mews over here. They're fine. Those aren't a bad thing. Um, they would just like to, like, man, so that's what they're hollering for. It's time for man. Meanwhile, another one that someone had dropped off in here and had babies, um, disappeared for a bit, came back with half-grown babies, right? Luckily enough, this cat is not built in a way that it just takes off or anything. And, luckily enough, had brought the babies to us, the day prior. So, we're like, okay. But very much with them continuously. And this cat's not known to take off or anything else. So, or miss a meal, trust me. Fucker's huge. See, there happened to me times here yesterday when, anyway. So there was some weird shit on some cams. But, speculation is that someone decided to take off with this cat, while it has babies. Oh yeah. Anyway, so I looked all day once I got back, and realized something was not right. Baby's wrong with mama. Mama's not coming. I thought, well, we'll give it a bit. No, no, no. Did this all through the night, through this morning. Nope. No mama. Baby's not happy. Hungry. I'm like, motherfucker. So, yeah. And oh my god, these things, they're so fucking adorable. They're such, you can't even imagine. These may be the cutest kittens in the world. But aren't they all? But no, seriously, these are fucking, they're just, oh my god, they're perfect. But anyway, and so at the crack ass of dawn this morning, I had to get up and go get milk replacement, goat's milk, and all the bottles again, and everything else. So now I'm having the bottle feeders. All of them. All of them. Like, oh shit, it's like old times when I was like 17 and 21 bottle feed. Holy shit. Nah, it's no thing. But luckily, they do have at least, eyes open, they're walking, whatever, but they've got enough teeth. But yeah, I'm still not pleased. I'm pretty pissed the fuck off. Whoever did that shit, you're a fucking cunt. So, fuck you very much, too. Anyway, then seriously, I don't.
Just for the audio and some of these.
And yeah, that was curiosity. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, sure, I was meant to take notice. So, yeah, and I hadn't had much sleep, which that's typical, right? I thought I was going to, because of how I felt last night and after all the road tripping, right? Well, um, and how damn sick I was after, all the things, right? Plus, I ended up having to repot tomato plants and fuck around with the strawberries and the watermelons and all the things, and little acquired a cactus, and yeah, I was like, whatever, so, did all that, right? Tried to replace another cucumber vine eaten by some critter I can't seem to win the Plants vs. Zombie war with. So, anyway, yeah, it was all pretty much, communication just back and forth somewhat, late in the evening and such about some of the dipshit movements of this group and the assholes in it and the goofy shit. Nothing major. Other than, putting shit together to figure out how they're moving and what they're doing and who with and with one another, the usual shit. A few minutes, mostly giggles. Called it a day, was gonna call it a night, because of how I felt. And, just rest and chill. And then, trying to do just that. And because of numbers on certain things, I hit a button. I shouldn't have done that. And I was originally maybe gonna mention some funny fucking bits from it. Cause it was fucking stupid hilarious. But now I really can't because of shit. I was skipping about, went backwards and in it, and found a bit that was fucked up. Um, in a way that had me calling others last night, being like, I want the cops at XYZ. There's something there that has to do with Summer. It was that much of a great concern to me, and it still is today. And it will be. There has been very few moments throughout these several years online where anything drastic enough or concerning enough has made me pick up the phone instantly and demand cops go to any one place instantly. And like begging. There also needs to be, and that's the thing, it's like, because of these motherfuckers online, and because of the way the rest of these motherfuckers from Ben Hill and otherwise are, and the monsters they all motherfucking are, fucking around since the moment Summer disappeared, you can't really say certain shit. Especially once they all got tied up, leashed, and collared by fucking tragedy pimps. Can't do it. Can't do it. Now, some of these dipshits, though, don't meout me. I just gave you some sort of star-spangled stripes and whatever the hell sardines, and some sort of something veggies and turkey. There's 2 whole cans, plus the chow. You just ate. I watched you shovel it up. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. They're the ones yelling for you. Go do something with them. They're yours. Bitch, I'm off duty. I'm done dealing with yours and that over there. I ain't doing it. I got 5 of my own to bottle feed, homie. Don't yell at me to watch or do whatever it is. You ate 2 cans. Go back and do something. Go do something yourself. Girl, you had them. You take care of them. Mm-mm. Hell no. What do I look like? A grandmama to you? Here. Is that it? Let me move that. Do you want to breathe? I'm sorry, but I can't do the AC. They enjoy it. I enjoy it. I can't do the AC. I can't help you fluffy. Okay. Okay. Me and them babies, we built different. We enjoy incubators. So anyway, she's so mad at me right now. See the look of disdain. Like, bitch, I just asked you to watch all my babies. I'm like, I'm already watching. Like, uh-uh. So anyway, a squirrel. But thing is, somebody should have a heads up or warning. Some foul ass shit's afoot. I don't like it. Don't fucking like it. Problem is these tragedy pimps playing in it, and because of body mannerisms, things said and things done around certain things I caught, though refused and still fucking refused to watch all of. I already knew there was something hinky up in the way back before certain, I don't know, things were done, especially leading up to, Christmas and the weird shit after. So, with this particular character, I know there's either way they're all, and how they connect back into the group, and hell of it is, just stuck somewhere, right? You're stuck, perpetually so sometimes, trying to save or help or keep others safe from the other motherfuckers fucking around. But the problem is they're all fucking around. And like me last night, I knew that no matter which way I went, to get word to certain people. So, yeah, that it wouldn't matter. That what would inevitably happen is it would be sold off to tragedy pits, handlers, YouTube. And then right behind it would come some sort of bullshittery to make our others look certain ways. Right? And this group would use it to further fuck with shit on top of that. And the worst of the worst motherfuckers from Ben Hill would then profit off of it. And not a goddamn bit of it would be done for some. Talk about being terrorized. Peaceful warrior, this one time when his fat ass, like when he was like, I don't know, 13, 14, decided to attempt trying that down in Greenville for a friend and miserably failed at it. Within like a day. Like I said, the motherfucker ain't even capable of nothing. Until I got sick. I didn't want to take shit. But I'm gonna go with a 99% no, not really. Unless you count like the age of 13 or 14 where it failed miserably trying to help a buddy, friend, pal guy, family member. Why? Is there some sort of theory going around? Some sort of stupid shit that has nothing to do with a goddamn thing to do with summer? Or case and helps in no way? Have you told the FBI about this fucking tobacco thing or whatever fucking stupid shit some creator's doing? Because, God, I bet it leads right to summer or something. Yeah. So I guess you and whoever it is, you take the tobacco thing and wander off with it. Do whatever weird shit it is. I don't know. Sure, something that one attempted to do and failed at. Couldn't handle, much like everything else in its whole life. I'm sure it'll have all the answers. Or something. It's a hot fucking clue, y'all. You better get on it. Unless, of course, it's told some great story about how it used to work. What the hell's that matter? A great scheme of fucking liars. I think that's a whole lot of bullshit y'all listen to. Anyway, carry on. So, now that we've done that distraction in the middle of exactly what I was talking about, which seems rather weird to me, don't you? You see, this is what the fuck it is every goddamn time. That was real helpful, right? Which y'all think was more important? A purposeful interruption. Oh, you're local and nobody. Yeah, I'd bank on that. But yeah, it's a hell of a time to ask some stupid question. What do you think him and tobacco has to do with jack shit around summer? Other than either distracting on purpose or some stupid shit you've heard. Unless, of course, your thing is to break down the fucking lies that it tells and whatever. But, yeah, I mean, don't get it. That was a hell of a time to come in, wasn't it? I'd hate to think you were another local or working with tragedy pimps. Sure. No God, let's make her think of monsters so bad. It goes way off. I hope you're not part of that. What was it that dipshit called it the other day? Peaceful warrior. Can't go into it. I don't know what you're gonna try to go into here. Or anywhere with that. It makes not a shit to anything. So wherever you're going with it is fucking shit. Unless it's to break down some line bullshit that one's told. Otherwise, no, it can't go anywhere. And it has not a goddamn thing to do with summer, so I'd hate for you to really take it anywhere, quite frankly. But you carry on with whatever stupid y'all up to with it. You know? I'm sure it was more important than anything else. God knows it was either. Anyway. So, these motherfuckers doing their regular motherfucker shit. Same shit every day, right? Especially these locals. The pretend ones and the real ones. They always up to some shit. Especially these tragedy bills. But anyway, that's what's making it fucking difficult. Torturous. And then you also have to go, well, even if others take things seriously and do the right thing for fucking once, instead of licking buttholes or taking 50 cent for whatever info or some shenanigan they can all get in and get up to where they can get content or whatever. You have to also back everything, like, when you have moments, it's like, man, are they fucking around and all working in a group together along with all the assholes from Ben Hill, or tragedy pimps to waste Ellie's time to say blah 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 if something is to be of concern. That way then they can be like, oh my god, look, and scatter this, whatever that, and then it gives them more content, and then they can make people and certain things around certain shit look certain ways. So it's always a toss up. Everything has to be weighed. Now I'm terribly fucking sick though. And I'm feeling like I'm in a position where I want to see most of these motherfuckers in hell. Justice of one variety or another. And also having to stand for some, take up some, correct shit that's wrong, get some, all these things. Or to protect people or whole ass families that I really don't give a flying fuck about. Other than the fact that they're goddamn devils on earth. And, not held to account yet for that. In the meantime, they fuck with me, get paid for it. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it. So this shit kept me up all night. Look, what's the difference, right? One night bleeds into another. Assholes from tragedy pimps from everywhere, and their little local fucking helping pieces of shit, which we're gonna get to in a minute. That will indeed flow back into the last several videos I've yet to get back to. Now, I bet you what, the one after today ain't gonna like me very much, but that's okay. They won't say anything about it. And they can come face the music, and maybe one day they will. So anyway, for their rolling all this fucking shit, of course. I did want to take a minute for this, though, before I get there in the southern driveway. As far as that local goes. Just a second. And there's an added extra note here. You motherfuckers playing this stupid fuck around and find out game with Monster. Okay. Last few months. And, well, always, but the last couple months. We'll say couple. You feel me? I see you. I see you. Make no mistake, I see what the fuck you're doing with it. And what you think you're gonna do for it. And what it thinks it's gonna fucking do. And I'll tell you what. Y'all come at me sideways, keep that bullshit up. Keep making sure, oh, I don't know, after I'm baited places, right? And then suddenly Monster appears, and then y'all think you're cute. And yep, y'all think you're cute, carry on. Ooh, I ain't playing that shit. I'll be goddamned. But y'all do carry on. I see it just fine, and trust me, compiling's still happening. Y'all can do your own over there. Attempt to jerk off shit. Go ahead. Carry on. But I'm fully aware of what's happening and what the fuck y'all are up to. I wouldn't recommend it. Further fucking with me, I just wouldn't recommend it. I mean, y'all want to continue betting or banking on the shit I've got and how you go together and whatever. What the fuck you've done, And like I keep saying lately on how many others in your little fun fucking groups who are willing to testify against you, on you, and have already really done so. And, yeah. And, all the cute, pretty little things in between. You go right on ahead. So, anyway, peaceful warrior, I don't give three flying shits. It has nothing to do with something. So whatever you're doing with it has nothing to do with something. Has nothing to do with domestic violence. Has nothing to do with cancer. Um, as I recall, and he's a bit older. You know what? It doesn't matter. That's the thing. But yeah, because certain family did this there, but he's quite a bit older. Either way, has nothing to do with summer. I don't give a fuck, peaceful warrior, which person you pick around here in anything, the names you know of or don't, and ask if they worked in. Cause it don't matter. It doesn't have a flying fuck to do with summer, domestic violence, cancer, tragedy pimps, nothing. What it has to do with is more fuck shit. No, it doesn't. Peaceful warrior. It doesn't have a goddamn thing to do with. Not a goddamn thing to do with Summer, her case, real facts, anything that's going to help. It doesn't. It does not. Because they were all so young the last times they did it. Nope. Nope. Has nothing to do with. And I don't care if y'all like, oh, but I feel this and a place that and whatever. Let's search that. Where's fucking Ryan? It ain't shit. Okay. It just ain't. It's garbage. So, like I said, carry on. Do whatever it is you want to with it. Hell, a whole bunch of people are like, what's the difference? Did they ever work cabbage, gardens? How about cattle? It's the same shit. It's goofy. It's fucking stupid, and most people in here. So, whatever, it's fucking stupid. Carry on though. Other than the fact that you're here conveniently to continue this shit. I wish you'd stop. If you don't, I'm gonna get rid of you, so there's that. I don't give a fuck. Maybe figure out why the motherfucker wanna. You know what? Don't matter. You ain't been listening, bro.
Oops. I
Alright.
recorded as loud as possible.
That was a personal question. Thank you for answering. I don't know what was personal question about it, other than mentioning people by exact name instead of anything else. Trying to see what could be listed, much like keeps happening in like CZ and PGs and an Ernie and a Karen A. You know. Anyway, appreciate your distraction, Dave. Stupid shit. So anyway, today, meanwhile, unlike these motherfuckers worrying about some shit that doesn't matter, or fucking with me, I actually worry about certain things that happened here yesterday online that maybe had something to do with Summer or her whereabouts or what happened. Stuck, right? Because of the helpful fucking locals playing with the tragedy pimps, playing with the fucking monsters. Bang up job y'all guys done for 3+ years and far before any of us were a Republic other than C&D and Fred and fucking around and all the others, I guess, that were doing whatever the fuck it was they were doing online, whether it be studying the fuck out of it and each other or, putting shit out to fuck their bells and get them hung. So, I know, baby. I know. Okay, okay. I hear you. Alright. So, I'm back. And would you stop that? Don't do it. Just tell yourself no. Nope. Can't happen. Yet you might not be doing that if your fat, chunky self. 3 fucking cans in less than an hour. What the fuck? Why they like this? I don't know. It's just the one. Like, see, you wouldn't be. Stop that. Oh my god. You just can't let them. One cat, 3 cans. It's. Well, attempt at a third. It just can't. So anyway. Yeah, now it's trying to hide blood because it's weird like that. So anyway. That's what they do. Okay. I'm gonna. Nope. Alright. So I'm gonna carry on now. Alright. So, this one. Okay. I assume I was meant to see this. Wonders will never cease. I seen it. Now, I'm just gonna play it. Just gonna play it.
I did not add the cringe funeral home music in the background of the one.
And I do love that song. It used to be one of Mighty Monsters songs. But anyway, I bought him a hat. I thought it was great. Did an abundance thing while I was taking care of his ass from the time of ministry. Anyway, but yeah, I do love this song. I got to see them one time in Florida before they were uber famous. Daytona, I believe. I was having my hair wrapped at the time, and sounds from next door at this little beach-looking hut. It drew my attention. Anyway, so yeah. All right, carrying on.
Get a job.
I apologize for the audio in some of these clips.
And what the fuck was that? Was that just 6 whores fucking boys going get a job, Ziggy? Though 6 whore can't. I mean, like, that is the biggest version of pot and kettle I've ever seen. What the hell was that? How did that get in there, Curiosity? That was strange. Hey, did y'all hear the ghost noises? Did y'all hear the ghost noises? Much like 6 Up going after Ziggy's child with false bullshit. Do you hear the noises? Yeah. That weren't there and shit clue and shit. Yeah. How in the fuck that get in there, Curiosity? Pretty fitting though, I guess. It's all about the he said, she said bullshit. In that case, she said versus she said bullshit. And both of which are full of bullshit. Kidding. So anyway, I'm carry on. This bores the shit out of me.
I apologize for the audio in some of these clips. I recorded as loud as possible. I did not add the cringe funeral home music in the background of the...
Take note, while this video is current, she has a big image, the full picture of something that has been a header picture for her channel for quite a long time, but was only, the only portion of it used was like my son, myself, lines, etc. Showing it fully though to where people knew what it was, and then, it doesn't help. And that the portion was selected to be the header and moved into position. You see, it wasn't accidental. When initially selected and to be placed in a certain way. The portion used was not accident. But I guess it's okay because it was a bigger picture and never intended to be any such. Anyway, but we'll carry
I do have my fan going behind me. I just have to have it on low at least. I am baking today. I need to address Miss Jody first off. I took the picture down. I swapped it out. I heard you today. I apologize. That's why I put the full picture of what that looks like to show you that it wasn't drawing lines to suspects. It was just drawing lines who's who's where, who's what.
But people coming to your channel for so long wouldn't have known that because they didn't see the full picture. And either way, here's long and short of it. Still as long as it's drawn between people that, and then you still at some point select a certain portion of that photo to make the header. Where you could have actually selected anywhere else on that photo.
I made that in the very beginning. I thought nothing of it. I respect you enough as his mother.
But you did because of who you hung around with and what you're putting out first and what you even have not that long ago and things, and such. But here, I'll rewind just a bit. And I'll hush for just a minute.
It was just drawing lines. Who's who's where, who's what. I made that in the very beginning. I thought nothing of it. I respect you enough as his mother to take it down, so I did. I want to make better videos. You see what kind of videos I make. I want to be as truthful as possible. I have questions. I don't think it should matter whose chat I hang out in. I have reasons for where I go. So other than the questions I'm going to ask you in this video.
Now, I will tell you, it was pretty late in the morning. I felt like shit at a certain point, whatever. But I heard at least that portion and like maybe 2 tears slip down. Because I was like a sign of humanity. There are so many right now. You gotta go headed to the beach. I'm glad you're getting to go. Anyway, I thought, well, a little sign of humanity. Something nice in the cesspool. Maybe there's been, because I'm just one of those fucking types. So it's like, oh, maybe a light bulb was turned on her. I am thankful, though, that it was removed. Not many around here will do that, because they do enjoy fucking with me on all levels. And have always used my children or monster to do so. Um, and will continue. Have fun. Then I take a bit, think about it. Obviously, over the last few days as well, it's like, man, because in those moments, right? Maybe you could talk to someone. Maybe you could, whatever. And you're like, nah, no, okay. Nope. Because it's also, and it's just how it is. But after several years of bullshit, manipulation, and certain people, swimming around certain people, and fucking around with them, and spending years doing so, you have to go, yeah, this is probably another form of manipulation and a way to draw one in. And bitches, ain't the first time you've been through it, you know better. You're supposed to respond, you were baited to. So you never know, right? You never know. And therefore you can't with these motherfuckers. None of them. See how it works? I spend years watching you, all of you, fuck around with each other, try to fuck all of us up sideways. And then there's always these little arcs, right? There's so many that even if someone actually did have a real arc around here, couldn't trust it. Now, take note.
I would like to ask you some questions about the footprint. I respect you enough as his mother to take it down, so I did. I want to make better videos. You see what kind of videos I make. I want to be as truthful as possible.
It's a thing though, man. you could only make videos. I don't know how you can say as truthful as possible. When most of those are curiosity based. Speculation and trying to fit things together and other things. Which is fine. I'll give you some credit there. Sometimes they're a little better than others, but been through years of that as well. Through many. But when you tell me, or you say this,
I have questions. I don't think it should matter whose chat I hang out in. I have reasons for where I go.
problem with that statement or whatever comment upon things because of what I'd said about, the hive and all the bullshit, people hanging out people for years now. Problem with that comment is that it does matter. It does matter. Look down at your own comment section on that video there, where you've done one helpful, semi-decent thing, and then you want things from me. Look down at your comments. Who all's in them? And that all of them, mostly, are geared towards fuck Jody Sue. Oh my god, she don't like answering questions, sus, blah blah, just pumping out bullshit. Right? Pumping out bullshit. Implying to others who come across this video who might read the comments first, this is some sort of hit piece. Right? Oh yeah, JSP's calling it now. There's questions, she can't answer a goddamn question, blah blah blah, right? Ain't nothing but hate. It's the hate Jody Sue train that you've been around for years now. Still around. You cavort. And while you do so, it's going to be your only audience. The only reason you get as many views as you do. And that's what they're singled in on and will always be. And once you no longer do that bullshit, if that's ever the case, I promise you'll notice a falling away of all those people and a great abundance of reviews. Which is just not acceptable for most of you. And not only is most of it on purpose with the group you're around and the places you visit and the fellow creators of yours, it was directed, it is still directed, it's done intentionally with absolute malice for several years. But unless you're doing that, you're not going to be part of the cool kids club. And but either it's, the intentional ones, the purposeful ones, the ones that always make sure to eat up every comment section like that. Even if a fucking video or anything is not about me, it's all that. And they make sure to go every place and do that shit. It's with purpose and intent. It's like them giving out the notion in yours that this is somehow a fuck Jody Sue piece, right? When actually it's really not. But you've either got a combination of intentional ones, or those who are just absolutely fucking stupid, easily led, gullible. You know, the types who, for every other thing happening in the world, are stuck by, tunnels and cognitive dissonance and being led and fed so much shit that they can't get out of it and can't acknowledge that what they've been fed and how they're thinking whatever is fucked and entirely wrong. And are unwilling to stray off course because then shit would get real uncomfortable for them. So you've got a combination of those things working for you. And as you've visited your own chats through all this time, talks, as you've went panels or whatever, videos have been shared by these certain creators that you're around and chat members and everything else of yours, you've gathered a club that you are indeed part of. And it's just how it is. So to tell me or anyone else that it doesn't matter where you go, what chats you're in, who you associate with, that it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. And like gathers like in a way, or these people wouldn't be around you otherwise. All this shit wouldn't be there about me continuously otherwise. It's just how it is. What you seed, you grow, right? Type of thing. It doesn't matter. And also, let's not forget, just like what, a week or two ago, wasn't it you? I remember sharing some of the stuff with others, but something entirely fucked up. It was on a comment in your community post section where you wanted to communicate with me, ask me questions again, tell Jed I'm blocking, and there's a bunch of bullshit, right? I think it was that post. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I feel like that was it. Somebody said some really fucked up shit. I called him out on it. And then when I called him out on it, you, because I corrected them and all their bullshit and whatever, you deleted mine. Then a little bit. But then allowed all that comment of theirs plus others to remain in your comment section and hearted them. But then the other day you want me to believe that I am doing this for you and your son, who clearly tell that you care so much about and has been used to blackmail, target, harm, harass, destroy, etc. you for several years now. Maybe to make you feel a type of way, and he'll answer things. It's just how I have to feel and see about it and do whatever, and just what you tell me went whole not dark side in just a couple weeks. I don't know. Maybe, I'm just one of those long term change behavior types. Either way, you know.
So other than the questions I'm going to ask you in this video, I would like to ask you some questions about the footprints. I would like to make some sense of this whole footprint deal. I don't see any proof that they exist. So let's get into it.
The thing is, when I come in,
I don't know what you mean by this footprint business, whatever. And as far as you don't see proof they exist. I mean, I guess you're not going to unless law enforcement or feds come out and show you at some point. So I don't know what you want me to do about that. You all had the other neighbor that spoke on him. Way back on the Facebook, all that shit. And then immediately ate the man. And then he went quiet. And then, I mean, you've been here for how many years now around all this? You've heard all the things they've all said, the rest of them. The scam and scallywag and the rest, and the Christopher Columbuson of all the things, and, you know, others who have spoken on it. I mean, so anyway, I don't know what to tell you on that one. But
about 7 o'clock a.m.
But then you go from that into this. So, whatever.
And she done do all everything else. Well, it's probably coming back.
So let's get into it.
When I come in at about 7 o'clock a.m. and she done do all everything else. Well, it's probably coming back 8.
Okay, we're just going to dive into this one. So what you heard Fred say was, I came into the holler that night about 7 or 8.
But you had already been in.
The whole holler shut down, you know.
You had already been in earlier that day, though, right? You were already in earlier that day, right? That's just me.
Yeah, I've been here all day up to about.
Now, here's what you really should do. Curiosity. Take this with him and Ziggy and him saying he didn't come in until after the road was shut down and it was dark and all that. Yeah. And it damn sure wasn't 7. And compare it to, I don't know, even what, yesterday's stream? On what their story is and his. And did you catch in chat where he straight busted himself? Did you catch that? Where he finally was like, yeah, well, where I was questioned, yeah, that's right. And not me, him. He was like, yeah, when I was questioning before Dawn came the second time, all the other shit. And some of the real shit slipped out while Ziggy was saying that and he was trying to keep it. But he whole fucked up. And then shit really don't make sense. But I think while they were calling the war alarm. But they're all like that, so. And then, I think there were also pieces in there last night, that caught him and who was, recording it. And that would also show him to be a liar about just this right here between him and Ziggy would show him and his chat messages and Ziggy's last night. And this bit right here would show him to be a liar about times coming in, etc., blah, blah, who recorded who, because he fucked himself up last night, let me tell you. And, all the other stupid shit, which, I mean, how many times we really gotta do that, Fred said, right? But yeah, this is pretty good pairing with the shit that went on in Z's last night, and then how he busts himself out, and the real truth slips for a bit, which is, he never did come the fuck down there that first night. He wasn't recording no motherfucking body. He got visited first by Dawn. And like he says, when I was recording. So anyway, yeah. That would have been a better use of this. So I'm just saying. Yeah, you caught that last night, Exploited? Where he slipped and oopsied and sort of told the truth for a second. Yeah. The real series of events and such, and couldn't possibly be fucking true. Why him and Ziggy are calling more? Yeah. All you gotta do is compare chat through those moments and what they said last night. And just this little bit Curiosity did here, and Fred's blown out the water. But hell, how many times have we been through that? Anyway, and as you can see, and I've shown you on the helicopter video that I eventually made public and is over here on my YouTube, the road was still shut down and you can see it. He had not been through there yet at that point when the helicopter was flying. Oh yeah. And that's provable because facts and evidence don't lie. There was people right fucking in front of me, including key searchers you all have seen on the news, and other neighbors and everybody else. That road had not been unblocked. You can even see the curve going around, like, from ours to Candace and Dawn's. It's all blocked. Fred hadn't been through yet with the motorcycle and the trailer and his truck breaking up the roadway, so others could eventually get there. See into the words. Anyway, it's called facts and evidence, bitches. Okay? Yeah. So anyway, did you also catch the part where some weirdo in there, some psychic, was like, it's something about Dawn, and Dawn's last name and Summer and the name Wells? They had to be fucking around. They had to be a troll. Had to be. But they're like, what about Wells? They all been checked. I don't know how many times we've been over this. But sweet baby Jesus, I vote that law enforcement and otherwise are allowed to just stick entire legs up people's asses that say well one more time. Have they been checked? People who have no idea what a real well is, how any of that, and that there are pumps in them or on top of them, and that they're only like this big around, and cisterns are different, and all this other, nope. Law enforcement didn't check nothing, alright? And that in order to take the pumps off of or out of these things, on any of the, and then Ziggy last night going, well, did 110 have a well? Everybody in the goddamn road had wells because city water had just gotten brought in and connected to for some, like a year and a half or so before summer finished. So everybody had it. Anyway, the point is that, and those wells they have to be locked off and all kinds of shit before you can hook up to. So those are locked. And anybody else's, look, the amount of effort it would have taken to take a pump off the top of, which is above ground ones, or in-ground pumps for those systems, man, it would have taken, if you ever fucked with one of those motherfuckers, you're talking about days of like fucking work to get that done. It ain't like you can just uncap something and shove something there and be like, yeah. And they're literally like this big around. Seriously. And then Fred, though, comes out with, oh, but on Fields. And what he's doing is trying to hit out at the Fields Road address. Let me tell you, the only well on that one was a hand draw mill. I used to have to use it. I had to draw my own water by hand. Until that motherfucker collapsed because it wasn't one of the new dug wells. Okay? And I had to use the actual bucket and rope system to pull up water. Now, I don't want to say bucket. Y'all get the wrong idea. But it's a tube, and it's about this big around, right? And you kind of release the handle, which pull it up. Okay? Fills with water, you bring it up. It's a tube about as big around as my cup here. And then the whole motherfucker entirely collapsed. Okay? And then because of certain situations, I then had to start carrying my own water up a driveway much longer and harder than Ben Hill ever thought about, for everything and every use. Boy, you don't know the value of a drop of water until you gotta carry your fucking own, do you? And most people have never had to do that. I fucking have. So anyway, newsflash, Fred, who somehow knew weird shit about the house and he shouldn't have, and was creeping around about shit, and just proves more and more that he was doing a lot of fuck shit around all the mountains and all the shit, like we've all said, all the fucking time. And we've known for, well, all of our lives. Either way, the thing is that, too bad, buddy. that shit collapsed eons ago. I have the receipts on it when it happened. It happened when the environment sort of changed in there, and something. Man, it was the hottest year I'd ever seen probably my whole life, and the creeks dried up, and that's when Beach Creek sort of itself, and it's never been the same. Um, Wells dried up around there for the first time in lifetimes. It was weird, and it's never really changed back. Um, and it hit the entire U.S. at that time. It wasn't just, and it's not really stopped since yet. Global warming and blah blah. Right? It's just a thing. So, and I think during a whole lot of those, Monster was in jail too. So it wasn't his ass having to carry drops of water or anything. No, he was just on the phone, and be like, "Save me! Is there money on my commissary? I know you've not eaten over a month, but is there money on my commissary? My phones, and save me! Don't leave me. Well, you take care of everything in the sun. You work and you take care of kids, you do all the things, blah blah blah. And you're not eating, so you can make sure that they have, and you're carrying your own water. My parents are being awful fucking cruel to you on top of that. Yeah, there's money on my books." Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I've got real receipts. I when that motherfucker collapsed. So, I don't know if Freddy Boy's a little late. All that. And he's a fucking whole ass pointing at everybody else, making shit up motherfucker for some weird ass fucking reason since immediately after Summer vanished. Playing all kinds of games. That's up to alien feds to decide why the fuck it is. So, anyway, my point here is that curiosity, you could really make a clip to blow everything out the fucking water with him Ziggy firmly in like 30 seconds with what occurred in chat last night over there and her running her mouth. And actually, I think it's about a 5-minute piece of it. And, the dumb shit with what you have right here in just this video with the no 7, away at 8, all that. And the helicopter video over where you can stop and pause it, see that Fred's fucking lying with absolute evidence of it because he had not come through there to break up the road yet when that helicopter was flying. Evidence. That's fact. And it's on video for the world to see that Fred's full of shit. So, I mean, if you wanted to take those things, combine, make a video to fuck Fred up firmly on all that, be a good use of your time, because I'm real tired of his shit too. Maybe he'll change direction. Maybe he'll run his mouth some more about something else. Never know what'll jiggle loose. It's amazing what happens when somebody tries to swerve left after they tried to go right for so long.
I don't know, probably about 5:30 or something there.
He proceeds to tell Ziggy that he was in the holler all day from 5 to 5:30 or something or another.
And that's when I went out, and then I come back in and got my trailer to haul that motorcycle. So that probably put it around 6:30 or something over.
He left at 5:30, came back at 6:30 to get the trailer to go back out and get the bike. He didn't see nothing. My issue here is if he did not leave that holler till...
But, Fred's seen all the things. He has brought everybody from the Tri-Cities into Ben Hill. They were all there at once. Everything was happening. All the things. He's seen them all. But Laura didn't see them all. But wait, she did. But wait, Fred did. But wait. No, he wasn't there. Yes, he was there. No. Yeah, okay. Alright. But wait. And all the people he's brought in it, and he's targeted using YouTube and put in danger using it. Much like just a couple others from Ben Hill have done. Weird, eh? Carrying on. And all the same ones fucking
5:30. Then he seen Candace at his house along with Chad Arnold, which means he did not see Andy at
right before she
5 to 5:30.
So, here's the deal.
and curiosity, you don't need to know, like, you don't even have to go through all that to be like, he didn't see Andy at Zoomers at 5:30. Because the messages between Andy and I prove that Fred's lying, and at 5:30, Andy wasn't at no goddamn Zoomers. He don't even get off at 5:30, even before he's banging horse. That's exactly when he gets off. He's not at Zoomers. Zoomers is, you cross the mountain, you're taking quite a few minutes in between there, blah, blah. But obviously, you know what, it's fine. But, I mean, you gotta know that Monster's Monster, dude. He's definitely told that day, but, yeah, most likely I'm next door and wrong gas too, you know, whatever, but it's there, really. But he didn't see no Andy at no fucking Zoomers right here beside where I'm at no fucking 5:30.
You know, the thing is,
Yeah, exploded on him. Yeah, he's a Lone Star and passing on. It doesn't make a good lick of sense, does it? What I find sort of concerning, though, is the alleged statements made by someone that's supposedly someone about a sibling, saying they seen a certain person in the road and tree cutters moved Simpson, whatever, blah, 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 on, you know, and being able to break that down too. And I wonder why that person would be saying such a thing when I know that it's not possible as well. But because of fake accounts and bullshit around here and certain fuckery by tragedy pants, well, sometimes you kind of, look at things certain ways. Which I think those comments have to do with Dobbs and tree cutters and whatever, and it's said by another one, so it's, you know, in a certain, whatever. Anyway, there you
on 15, I heard Fred struck. Heard. At least. Here's the thing about that, though, right? I used to know who was driving Fred's truck, wasn't it?
What's funny you say that, Jody?
Yeah, those comments right there, curiosity, I'm curious. And I am aware of them. I've been aware of them since they were made, but they don't add up. That's all I'm saying, and I have a giant doubt around certain things. And also, it just ain't right. So anyway, and the players and what they're trying to do and how they acquire locals by putting out false shit and doing other things and hoping someone else comes to buy it and to do shit. You know, it's filtered. And everybody should be concerned when a certain player keeps acquiring locals and them in our chats and shit, and has been part of the acquisitions effort around here, and linked to certain really bad fucking players the whole fucking several years, like 3 years, man, over now, and long before we ever here. But we were trying to be acquired, and there's proof that it played in the acquisition shit before Jenny and Adrian. So anyway, thing is, yeah, best thing you could ever do with that particular person is run the fuck away. And I mean that sincerely. And any of you all watching it or partaking of it or buying shit even it's saying or rewriting or doing, or helping views get on that thinking it's got good stuff or whatever, you are fucking insane. And you're helping the worst. seriously, like, really up there in the scales of the fucking worst to run everything for 3+ years, and one of the worst, and why you all believe a whole lot of what the fuck you do, and the fucking with, and the real life insertions of, and shit that's really destroyed everything and everywhere in. This little shit stains, oh boy, hands right up the like cow butthole deep, trying to turn a calf in utero from breech. Okay? I'd watch where you're watching and where you're helping others watch with algorithms. The only thing anybody needs to be doing when they watch that is gathering evidence on it. Not even fucking kidding you either. So anyway. There was something else I wanted to comment in here on. I'll rewind it a bit.
Go back out and get the bike. He didn't see nothing. My issue here is if he did not leave that holler till 5:30, then he seen Candace at his house along with Chad Arnold, which means he did not see Andy at
right before
5 to 5:30.
So, here's the deal.
Oh, I wanted to make a note here that this clip you're using from a video from not that far long ago, then I know where this came from. Anyway, because the shirt is a different color. So anyway, everybody was like, oh my god, new news! Right? Y'all remember that cycle just a little bit ago when I said this? Everybody's like, oh, suddenly she's adding this in there. Right? No. No. It's something I've said the whole time I've been here. But y'all were concentrating on the hate train. Right? And taking the clips and making fun of the voice and being like, liar, 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 chest screams, blah, 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 and just, right? And a targeted effort with a well-organized group online to just make me look all kinds of ways, and y'all weren't paying attention to the real shit, and even if you were, you didn't grab that. Instead, you grabbed shit that would make the good clip shit to shit on me, to do this, to try to discredit, to try to tamper with, to try to fuck with, to terrorize, to harm, to do whatever. Because people were directing it, includes Monster and several others from teams and things like that as well. So, congrats, y'all fell for it. How's that working out for you? Now, there is a bit of my stuff put back, but that's because a whole bunch of motherfuckers want to go back now and be like, ooh, now we want to listen to her. No, you don't. Nope. I'm gonna make you work for it. And that's how it's been for several months now, because fuck you. Y'all don't get to say, that's what I told you. I told a lot of you, and I don't mean that geared towards curiosity or anybody else specifically. I told everyone there would come a point when your hate trains ran out and you'd want to ask questions or things, or you'd want to try it, blah, 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 right? And by that point, you would have so many around you doing well what all of Curiosity's peeps do. Legit vid. Talking about legit shit and trying to put together the real shit and tear apart the bullshit from fact, whatever. Fiction in between. Everyone around us. What was going to happen was, even if you put that decent effort-driven stuff out to try to help, finally, nobody would listen to it. Nobody would believe it because you all spent years making it so. And now a whole lot of those people are not going to come out of that. It's going to be the hate train. They're going to leave your channels when you do it. You're going to lose subs and views. They're going to see you as a fucking traitor. Blah, blah, blah. I've seen more than a few their lives attempted to be destroyed. A couple attempted to be pushed to alive themselves, all kinds of crazy shit. 10K blackmail set up shits against a few who couldn't stick with certain shit, who left the group, who wanted away from, were trying to separate from. Oh yeah, they will fuck you up for it, and they get real mad about it. So, and let's be real, you have a core and main group here that sort of control and manipulate everything. And those they're doing it for, besides just themselves, the last thing they want on earth is for you to put attention on the shit, or to do the right thing, or to come together and try to be decent at any point. They're gonna need you to stay on all the hate trains for everybody, and for content and drama instead of anything good, right, or decent. And they're gonna fuck you up sideways if you dare get off that train. Because a great deal of putting anything together and pulling bullshit apart is going to involve calling a great deal of your buddies and others out on their bullshit and what they've done and put out. Because that's just how mixed up and melded they are. Because they inserted in and around all of us, not the other way around. You feel me? And they're still that way. Anyway, this was not new news, this video, though a great many thought it was. There were pieces done, content made of it for a week or two, going, oh, now look, she's changed her tune, she's this and that, yeah. No. Been said for eons. It was just time for somebody like, oh my god, it's new. Yeah. Yeah, it's because y'all are stupid, deaf, blind, and it's a big reason why y'all don't have a whole lot of the stuff without having to be part of the group hive and gathering it from them and what they've recorded. And you don't have access to some of mine anymore. Because you all only concentrate on the bullshit. And without being part of the group and all that, you can't get access to the earliest thing, where it would prove that not new news. Not new news and links. Anyway, carrying on though. You know, the thing is, on the 15th, I heard Fred struck. Heard. It leave. Here's the thing about it. And that is a good example of what I mean by it wasn't new news. But then they took a recent one when it was all dry, around here for content. And they were like, oh my god, look, she just added this in. This was a new thing. Look at this bitch changing her story all of a sudden. Suddenly she's heard Fred. That's what I mean by anything given or finally picked up by you all, is it will always be used, and that's what I warned you about. Anything I ever even gave peer once you all started picking up on it, it would only be used to further more hate. Or do bullshit with, like was done with that original vid there. Oh my god, it's a new thing, she said. No, it wasn't. And that's all you all will be able to do with anything I said. That's on y'all. But I told you that day was going to come. It has been for quite some time. And it will continue to be that way. And so even now, I could come out here, I guarantee you, with everything I know about everything and every name and all this other shit, right? All the fucking things, finally. And you know what you all would do with it? You know what you'd fucking do with it? You'd make it a full-on hate train. And you'd fuck shit sideways, and you'd insert harder, and you'd destroy more lives, and more community, and more summers this year, and then you little fucking leashed assholes from Ben Hill and otherwise, and all these things would use it to, which is a great deal of why I don't say everything, and some things at least to me, because we're given no guidebook. I know that they can weave from, try to swerve around, shit like it, and would give all the wrong people info they don't need, at least in my estimation. And so, I don't care how anybody feels about that or how they forever feel about that. I've always said that same thing. There's a whole lot I'm not going to say and I'll never give to the public or otherwise, and that's for the good, not the bad. And that's just how it fucking is. But even if I gave anything to her, when I do, it's always used for bad shit. Always. And it's used to turn around and to target me with, not to actually get the little bits out of it. So I told you these days would arrive. They have for quite a long time now. That's because of all of y'all that have played with these motherfuckers, whether you were aware at first or not of what you were doing or made to do or made to believe you were doing the right things or being helpful to these creators, local assholes, others, whatever, right? And it was for the worst of reasons and it had nothing to do with helping Summer. And it most likely had to do with helping all the wrong motherfuckers. And now all of you wrapped up in it, you've had to feed on it. Everything left and that remains is dirt and trash and the worst of the worst in the little pool. And, man, it's on all y'all. Now that everything's gotten a little quieter and everybody's like, well, maybe we could actually help. No, man, stuck where you are with what you've done. And a great deal, many of you want away from the roles you played, whether at first involuntary or not, or whatever. And you want, like a lot of you are not willing to lose channels, subs, views, monetization, all that shit, right? To do the right thing. And let's be real, there is a great deal of risk where it concerns turning away from the group and having been part of it, whether, and no matter by what means. There's more than a few of you that I know are in danger, and you know that they'll turn around and destroy your goddamn lives and your children and your jobs and everything else if you fuck with them. We've all seen it here as entertainment right in front of your eyes. And you all are terrified, and I get that. And like I've always said, the best thing you can fucking do is quietly go and never tell another soul from YouTube or any of the friends or tribe you think you've made here. The best thing you can do on somebody else's phone or device that you know in person and well is contact feds and law enforcement and make them aware of what roles and what danger you're in and who and what group. That's how you help Summer, her case. It's also how you help other cases moving forward in a real fashion to keep these people out of them. It's how you can eventually keep yourself and your family safe from the fuckery they get up to with all of you all. And it's how you can help stop and do the right thing to where this can never be done again to people wound up in this shit. Thinking they were being helpful until it was too late, and then they went, uh-oh. And, to where people aren't used, like a whole lot of you were, as buffers, and didn't realize it until it was too late. It's how you help people like that never be done that way again, just like you. It's how you help real cases, real law enforcement, victims, survivors, their families, community, witnesses, etc. It's how you stop it. It's how you go back to the days where you do get real information and you don't want to be on YouTube going, why aren't they giving us any info? Why aren't these people speaking around the community? No. You play a role in the very thing you scream the most for, but you can help return to the days of real news, real people speaking without fear of being absolutely destroyed. It also means that more will feel safe coming forward and around these cases instead of going, holy shit, I have the key or something to this case, but look what these people are going to do if they find me, my family, or see me entering courts or police departments as they're watching, and locals playing in it and stalking, and one picture and man, my life's destroyed. I can't come forward with the key. Hell, y'all have made it worse and less likely for people to come forward than, like, say, fucking snitch code. So, it's just what it is. Till you change it. So anyway, carrying on. I used to know who was driving Fred's truck.
Well, it's funny you say that, Jody, because I caught some statements in Christians. He did not see Andy at
right before she
5 to 5:30.
Right.
So, here's the deal. You know, the thing is, on the 15th, I heard Fred's truck. Heard it leave. Here's the thing about that, though, right? I used to know who was driving Fred's truck.
Well, it's funny you say that, Jody, because I caught some statements in Crystal's chat the other night. That is Fred's sister, but she was talking about seeing Jackie Dobbs.
Yeah, the written word, you just never know about it. Yes.
Vehicle on the 15th. I wasn't there. I don't know.
I don't. I hope cameras made that they captured his face driving, but here's the thing, though. Fred's truck stopped at a certain point and then started at a certain point and then left that road. I'm certain of that. It stopped after certain points. I'm certain. Why, I can't say. Initially, I thought it was just its usual piece of shit self. Tearing up, breaking down, I don't know. Maybe he's over there hanging out getting stung or something. Who knows what Fred's doing? Fred. Oh, well. It's just...
So see, when I hear you say maybe he was over hanging with Dawn and Candace, then I will speculate that he was parked by their home.
It's always tearing pits on the yellow trucks having issues, too. It's a consistent thing. That's what I had troubles. And I'll speculate that by that little insertion there, you would like to have an exact location for where you think he may or may not have been parked or which way he was coming and going during point or points that day. And I'm not going to give those because it will allow Fred and others to leave around shit and have things they don't need to have. I hope you understand. Stopping and doing all the things. Even when lectures are finished.
I've got 2 more clips I want to play. Now, the next one is when Ziggy was talking to Fred when he was still in jail, and he did not deny that you may have heard him start and stop. And then the next clip is one of your very first ones where you were talking about time issues, and you mentioned 5:30. So I know that you're probably not going to say it out loud, but yeah, I want to know, do you think that it was Fred's vehicle that went up Candace's driveway?
I'm gonna ask a question in return. You know, I'm gonna do that question thing, but I'm also gonna give you an answer, so though you think for some reason I won't, my yeah.
I know that you're probably not going to say it out loud, but yeah, I want to know, do you think that it was Fred's vehicle that went up Candace's driveway at 5:30?
But there were several vehicles that came and went off Candace's property that day, so you know, not just the and it anyway. But your question is this: do you think that it was Fred's vehicle that went up at 5:30 or XYZ? I don't care which point or time or anything else. Nope. No, it was not Fred's truck that went up their driveway that day. Nope. Not at any of the times. Nope. I know this because the engine sounds, the traction, the way, man, if you could have heard that yellow piece of shit he was driving, you would understand entirely. Hell, you didn't even have to be Kravitz here. You would have been able to know. Nope. Wasn't Fred's yellow truck that went up their driveway at any point that I was aware of that day. And I did describe, because I was asked, what engine sounds, what did the traction, how big was this, that, and the other, because that's how detailed they get. These experts that ask you questions, they get that detailed. And I gave them the information they needed on engine size and, traction and all the things Kravitz heard. So, these goddamn experts y'all think that we weren't face to face with. I don't know what to tell you. And because I'm lucky enough to know vehicles enough to know, I guess. But, same deal applies like the night Fred shot Fanning way back in the fucking hollow. I could tell which gun fired first. Which caliber, how many times each. Me and my goddamn unfounded it. And then the thing is, Fred did the same thing, right? It's only ever shit he's all fucked up in somehow that he's always fuck around being Fred, but there's only certain shit he plays in to certain degrees, and there ain't no real need. Well, we didn't need to know any of that. Knee pads. I appreciate you coming over here with the full name and letting me know. And the rest of the world. I appreciate it. How are all those you're hanging out with these days? How are they doing? Y'all hurry up. Hurry up. Fred needs to move to Indiana. He needs sock money. They've got the link back up to pay his Iron Gate Recovery Center and for his underwear, and Ziggy needs dope money, whatever the fuck it is. She needs to use too. She's real hangry, because that restaurant door ain't doing it next door. But they need all the things right now, so Fred can make it to Indiana. So y'all hurry over and watch her talk shit about my son, because, well, that's supposed to trigger me and make me feel some type of way. It's weird, because you go back and watch the beginning when Fred was the closest to truth Fred was, and Fred's like, nah, man, they all stay to themselves. Jody Sue don't do no shit. Monster might smoke a little pot, do whatever. They're unsociable. They don't come off at motherfucker. Remember those moments. Then how Ziggy led him to the path of lying and light for money and funds and to use this realm to harm others, including his own goddamn family and a great deal many, and fuck around and find out for some reason. Well, that's nice to know. I'm glad we now know how to look it up. Anyway, do recall that he knew Eldest so well when he did start mentioning his name that he didn't even know his fucking name right. That's right. That's right. And then for Ziggy and them, he helpfully tried to put him in the place he wasn't, and there's video graphic it wasn't, and yeah, I don't know. Fred's doing much the same as everybody else. At least a couple in there. Trying to create false suspects even if they're fucking children and otherwise. And Pats, you've been around this community so long, you know better. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. And it's not something you would have done in any other chat. And I know where you fit. By now. After several years of putting up bullshit. Alright. So, anyway. And y'all tell me I'm wrong there. It's been here long enough to know. And that today there's been pieces done. And that this began with curiosity, taking down shit with my son, and they always know it's a trigger and all this other for me and my children. That's what they're doing now. That's right. And I'm just gonna come out right and say it. There's a real good fucking possibility after what's Fred doing. And I have feels about it after this long and watching his shit like I have a couple others from there. And considering the things that I know about, there's a real good chance, at least in my mind and heart and soul at this point, no matter what reasons he's been doing all this shit for, from the beginning, before, hours in. Some reason behind it. That's up to Ellie and Fez to decide, but at this point I can ignore it no longer, and the more he says, and the more he does, and the more that bitch does for, just like the rest and everything. Whether they've got him wound up in it or not, it doesn't matter at this point. I will tell you that, for me, and I worry about saying this because I also think others have been slinging it, and they had a right in the beginning to be maybe a little paranoid. And it could have set it off. I still feel those things are possibilities. However, the way in which it's played, the same sort of game others from there fucking played, and always with like a dead guy, fucking horse, a news article, line targeting, use this place to actually harm or cause like death and shit with it. No soul, no conscience, just monster. Anyway, and him and Laura been lying their asses off, and I know they were studying YouTube instantly or social media in all regards, much like a fucking Jose, though Jose was paid far more for it. For me, the more has been said and done, and finally starting to listen to after there being enough material there to listen to, and knowing that it wasn't going to contaminate me with their bullshit or anything. If I'd done so prior. For me, and because of all the fuck shit he said that isn't necessarily tragedy pimp, wife or otherwise led, it's just out of his own stupid mouth. And being able to pick him apart like I can the rest. I think there's a good possibility, at least a little bit of one, that in some way, somehow, he or someone around him were involved. It's a possibility. And that there's evidence and real proof that nobody around me, including both my children, were involved in anything. And have data and all these other things to prove that. All I can tell him and his trash bag wife and the rest of you motherfuckers doing this for all this time is, you fucked yourselves until making you all get looked at weird. Because I'm sure Feds and Ellie hold the same shit we do, obviously. I mean, they did come out and say reams and reams of data and cameras and blah, blah, and all that, right? So when you continue to do that, and I know that even in civil court, I can produce enough and hold enough to show that ain't me or mine on 125 that involvement in shit. Not a goddamn thing that day. I don't know what to tell y'all. A whole lot of you are fucked for your accusations, your slander, libel, harassment, and the others trying to sling shit at others. Many, hard for 3 years. And the dead horses, the dead guys, this, that, and the other. Anybody that can. There's only a few of those from Hill doing that from the beginning. Well, I'd hope that it's making the eyes of fucking federal Sauron turn and wonder why in the fuck, just like the rest of us are wondering why the fuck you're doing it. Because there's only so many reasons to be doing that shit. And ain't not a goddamn one of them good, don't get me wrong, but ain't a goddamn one of them good. So, anyway. Oh my gosh. Targeting my son again. And remember, just a few short weeks ago, Fred and Ziggy tried to put a literal target that could potentially get my son killed on his back while he serves for the military and his country and all that. You remember that? Right after they put a target on my little's fucking back and brought real knocks to fucking door and caused me and my health to have such a drastic outcome with it that I ended up with fucking blood clots and shit. So you remember what they're doing over there causes real life harm and destruction and can cause real goddamn death. So, there you go. Go watch the show. It's for entertainment only, right? There's no real life repercussion, consequences. It doesn't affect anybody's anything. You watch it for goddamn entertainment. They really put a target on a U.S. soldier's fucking back. And that's what they're doing again today. And you also remember when they're doing it, there are laws against what they're doing right now to an active member of the U.S. military. There are actual federal laws and shit against it. And protections for it. I hate that for them both ends. Not really, though. So anyway. Yep. Alright, so we're going to carry on with Curiosity's piece. Would anybody else like to come in here and advertise for somewhere else needing content? So some dopehead meth-making, meth-monkey-ass, lying, child and also woman abusing piece of shit from Ben Hill can, I don't know, provide teeth or weddings or underwear for him and his whore. Because that seems to happen an awful lot in Ben Hill. Moving expenses, imaginary shit like campers needed, all that. Trouble, probation fees, getting out of court, paying the landlord while robbing the government, the child fees. Anybody? Please do go over and help him out. And it's fucking tragic yesterday. Ziggy showed her dog having a car, but that bitch ain't got a car. Nah, I ain't one dog. I ain't got one either. But, that bitch's dog has a vehicle, a mode of transportation with wheels on it, and Ziggy ain't. And remember, her mom's dropped that hint often enough as she huffs some pants and has medical emergencies walking to the fucking 7-Eleven. Somebody buy her in her little car! Just like they did before, and just like they made sure to move under. Oh my god, Ziggy's in danger because the BK and people doxing her and her children are there. orders protection that she came here and did all the fuck shit to us and all that. Let's remember who Ziggy is and let us all remember who and what the fuck Fred is. Y'all stop that shit. But yeah, alright, yeah. And can we all just agree that Team U outfit yesterday was fucking tragic? Tragic. Alright, we're gonna go back to curiosity.
Is it his door that slammed?
What her deal has been. She's saying that yesterday.
But yeah, I want to know, do you think that it was Fred's vehicle that went up Candace's driveway at 5:30? Was it his door that slammed?
What her deal has been.
And with that, I'm gonna assume that's a, hoping I'll give a response as to, because if I give any response to door slams and this and the other, it might give you all a time of this and the other, or whatever, or, exactly what type of vehicle might have been, and so that you all can do weird shit with. I'm also not gonna do that. But, I'm not gonna do that.
She's saying that yesterday. Okay, Jody Sue came out with this new, I guess, new information now that she claims like she heard your car stop on the 15th.
Yeah, Ziggy, the great solver of Summerwell's case, right? Who was the first with Griffin Acknowledging to plan and plot, knowing the fake CPS shit, and knew it was fake shit, that one, and so many other bullshits. Was, putting out the content, trying to say that that information was new, that you played earlier. That's what I was talking about. She was one of those. Can't imagine why.
Like now she's heard your car or your truck stop. She says on Ben Hill Road and that, she doesn't know where you stopped, but she's trying to, for some reason, put some kind of, make you look suspicious.
Well, I guess you should ask your hubby that and get it on record in any format, whether it be in chat, video, live stream, through personal text message, quietly away from any prying eyes, game systems, discords, third parties, chirps, Ryan Serafina's other members asking him, because I'd love to know the response. I'm sure Ellie might too. Ask him. Ask him where he stopped. Shit. He shouldn't have a problem answering that. Ask him. Ask him when and where. What time? How many times? I'm curious. Oh, and can we just now stop and ask ourselves for a minute why it is that his wife is not putting out the results of his polygraph about Summer? Because the sister's had it, which means he has it, which means that it can be put out. But I guess that's right there with all the SD cards that, well, he tried to say first to his, but then he sort of was like, well, yeah, I got ones that don't belong to me too, all the shit. They never appeared either, did they, Ziggy? Fred. You can't put those out to him. Yeah, that's right. Bro. Let's all forget that and let's concentrate on the hate train with GSP and how everybody's wrong, Fred said. Keep asking him for them SD cards. that clearly by his own admission don't belong to him, and he was gathering places and fucking around, and his stupid mouth got him caught up in that shit, and his little cutesy hint wink foxy Fred nods at shit that only we could hear, and keep asking about that polygraph. Where the fuck are the results for that? I mean, he's the one that said he was questioned by Summer. So did his sisters over in what, Burn Barrel and whoops, Pissy Frogs and all them. His wife doesn't have those. They can't get them. They can't air them to the public. Why was he given a polygraph and nobody else? Why was his phone dippy dipped? Why was he recorded first? Just like he said last night in chat, which we all know is true. Um, why was Fred gone to first? Why was Fred? Why was Fred? Why was Fred? And why is it always Fred and his buddies that are in the peripheral of everything fuckery around Ben Hill for years prior to Summer vanishing? I have so many questions, but then again, I don't. You know what? I'm just going to put that on there because you know what you just did and what you're trying to do. And I'm going to tell you as soon as her and Fred, and if they're calling for others of you to do that, you remember there are goddamn laws against it. You remember that when you do it, and if I find out who you are planning this shit with them, and as you're advertising for it, that harassing someone in the military otherwise is full on fucking illegal. That Ziggy and Fred are calling for it right now can end up in criminal charges for them. And I do hope law enforcement and others are watching. And you over here attempting piss poorly to dox members of the military, I just want you to know that it applies to you as well. You fucking cunt. Lovely name though. I do appreciate you advertising again. Make no mistake, what I just did was put that shit up there as evidence, not because it was real helpful. Or anything. Let me see. Talking about being stupid. Y'all ain't a bright bunch. Yeah, you didn't need to let me know in the least. And you know you didn't. And you know you didn't need to put all the info in chat. You know what you're trying to do. Your account, July 16th, 2024, Karma Bots, it's amazing. By the way, I am reporting your shit. Have a lovely time of that. I'm gonna make sure to sub and star your shit. We'll see how much more you decide to do around the blocks. Not that it'll make the fuck, right? Damn, you know. Created July 16th. Ain't that something, Karma? You just created that shit to come over and put that shit out. Make sure for Ziggy and Fred as they target my son, and as you do so as well. You know, metadata exists, right? Anyway, here's the cool part, bro. Here's the cool part. If you're gonna be stupid, and you're gonna be online violating federal laws, you know, against harassment, etc., in a group manner, blah blah blah, you should probably be smart enough to realize that the data ties you together with who and what and where and all that. All just brand new baby channels or not. And it'll put you right there in it no matter who you are behind that bullshit. Anyway. Yeah, that's why I see you over here so often under this. Nobody needed that, and you just heard what happened with knee pads. I do appreciate all your bullshit, manipulation tactics, insertion, distraction, blah, 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 right? You know what you've done, and you know why, and what you're attempting to do, and how hole over there and asshole need this shit. Here's where all of you fucked up today. Dummy thinks this is about her. Curiosity, you know, the Ziggy Fred aspect of everything. This bitch, right, she thirsty. Fred needs moving money. Anyway, like I said, this is where all of you fucked up. It's not about Ziggy and Fred in the least today. It's about another local twat waffle. But her drama and their drama and everybody attempting to manipulate this shit today into a Ziggy Fred content driven mess and using my son to do it once again in a manipulative manner. Blah 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 blah. Right? I see motherfuckers. I'm not doing this anymore. But this isn't about them at all. you're doing exactly that, Karma. You also attempted, and what you essentially did was try to dox an active member of the military. You drew views to, and if you can be linked back to Ziggy, Fred, any of the other creators in this group that are well known to be in a group doing this together, you're fucked. I hope to God you aren't one of those little pygmies in the discords or the members only, or the ones they send birthday cards to and all that, for your good jobs. Okay. No, you won't be staying here and talking to me. You'll be going to fuck off somewhere. Um, so, no, you can go back where you fucking come from. I hope your metadata doesn't, or any backdoor communications between you and other creators or those in the hive doesn't come back to them. That's on you, bro. That was your fucking fault. Alright, carrying on. Bye bye now. So, where they've all fucked up today is, while they've attempted to manipulate and get content, because then what? I go see a piece, it's about Zig and Fred, want answers, Zig lights up instantly, right? My son, of course, that was part of this, so then she could bring it into there, because guess what? Kyrosie's like, oh, I took down the thing about your son, right? And then they might get responses, might get a reaction, might get some good clips, but they all fucked up in this Endeavor Day, because guess what? This shit ain't about them today, at least. It's about another local piece of shit who's played with the group, and there's proof of. So here in a minute, we're going to listen to that bitch whine about it. I'm going to show you the revisionist shit on this. And I'm going to show another little local how they're all the way fucked. And how they do indeed fit in, and there's proof of, and there's no wiggling out of revisionist history, bow tying on any of that shit, and they're all the way fucked and have been since the origins when they too were fucking with my children. And police and law enforcement, the local judges, with and for Monster and the others here in a well-organized group. Keep it on, bitches. Keep doing it. Same tactics, man. 3 years. Her children in DV. Her children in Monster. Her children in Monster. Good on you. Manipulation, targeting, room movement. Blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. Bless you. Bless you. Alright. Dear. Dear, dear. Alright, anyway, long story short, those two are both liars. One could potentially be responsible for or have knowledge of, in some way, fashion, or form. And it and its partner are doing the same thing as two others from there, and that's how they have shit in common, and it's real concerning. And by partner, I mean the one that left behind for that whole bag, allegedly, supposedly. So, yeah, there's only so many exhibiting these same behaviors. Since the very beginning, since the very moment some are vanished. Fred's one of those. Alright, carry on. I think we've all established both of those are pieces of shit over there anyway. And I think there's enough shit out here to prove that both are fucking liars of epic proportions. Right? Alright. Ow. Uh-oh. Alright. So we're gonna move on from not real curious to local Hobag sniffles and wines and tries to rewrite history and is all the way already busted. And I just feel like playing evidence of fuckery here today. After so long of not and choosing not to until I choose. All that I knew. Hold on. Can one of you helpful folks grab me the name of the center he's at so that I can call and inform him that he's online doxing and or attempting to dox and giving out private info of an active service member, please, among other things, and doing shit that definitely is not okay and that there are laws and protections against. It's what, Iron Gate something, or is that Lion Gate? I don't know. And that he continues to harass this other person online for several years running with his wife, who's helping him while placing that recovery center's name online, trying to make money that goes to them, which seems a real weird way. A suspect or a person of interest or a neighbor involved in some or around it, falsely accusing others, you know, potentially setting off harm to them repeatedly, though there's literal proof that what he and she have said about that person being lies for several years. I mean, fact-based. Photos, videos, all things that they're lying. Continue to do it while also directing money and funds to be sent to this recovery center in the fucking chat where they're technically committing crimes and violating protections for members of the U.S. Armed Forces. Somebody want to grab me that name? Matter of fact, just take me a screenshot of them advertising that there, and whatnot, and I'll look it up my damn self and call. Because that just seems a little fucking sus. I mean, I don't think that place would like it. And why are they letting these motherfuckers online to continue to do this to others? And I don't know. Maybe all things are weird little tools, but that a place continues to allow funds to be sent to it while those two are doing it online is wild to me. Pretty wild. It's about 1,000% sus, ain't it? I don't know. Maybe certain places need to be talked to the state about. And why they're okay with their names being mentioned and money sent to them and shit for someone else's. They're online targeting innocent people falsely with false and provable false accusations and active duty military members. That I think we should ask questions of the state of what it's doing. Does that place take in state funds, grants, anything like that? Anyway, hold on. Oh, and there's an added note here today. Y'all remember a couple weeks ago when Six Trash was fucking with Ziggy's kid and lifting off calls to harass, terrorize, do all things to under false pretenses, and I called it the fuck out to keep hopefully little Zig from being fucked with, hurt, traumatized, etc. Even though Zig's her mama. Even though Zig brought little Zig here to harass and terrorize little and I and dox the fuck out of us for orders in place and all things, she's gotten little Zig up to that are pretty fucked up throughout all this. That's what I was doing the other day. You remember what Ziggy's done for several years around my kids, though. And today, when you look at her and Fred, and you listen to them doing this to mine, you remember just a few short days ago, a week or two, I was trying to make sure that her child wasn't harassed and she wasn't even terrorized falsely. And then you remember that the bitch literally monetized her entire channel on my name. Fact can be proven. And her Discord. And my domestic violence. My children. And my cancer. On the same goddamn night. One summer. My fucking. And has continued to do nothing but for years. While she slanders, harasses, terrorizes, causes real life harm, and tries to even get I and Little and others murdered, and her and Fred keep putting targets on, including one a few short weeks ago that could or can cause my son's death, and then here they are doubling that again. So you remember, just a few short days ago, I tried to keep her safe from bullshit online. And you look at what her and Fred are doing again today. Keep that. Alright, so we're going to go on to what I was actually here for today. And we're all going to see how much bullshit we can listen to of this particular piece of local trash. Who even in the littlest role it will take half-assed responsibility for, though try to skirt away from and pretend it wasn't all that involved, whatever. We all know better. And there's proof. Absolute, irrefutable proof. And I'm getting ready to show how fucked it is. Do you remember that this one played roles with Scott H., Benny, Tiffany, Penny, Jenny, Adrian, Linda, Lips, etc., and the fake. Well, no, the Casa worker, Jenny and Adrian, have had behind the scenes for years, and Monster, and the others, as they fucked with my children on purpose for and with Monster, and then tamper with courts, systems, etc. during all that cycle, okay? Do also remember throughout this that I booted this one from my chat and blocked it eons ago because I and Little kept catching it in person stalking us here locally. And that it would come into my room and be like, oh, hey, I passed y'all today as a cutesy thing. And that wasn't the case. It wasn't just passing us. And I knew it. And it knew it. And while I was doing that, it was with this group and around Monster, the rest. You know, like the Yennifers, the Heathers, the this, the that, the other, you know, the real group. And also, do note that this one is said by its own mouth to, work around one of my family members. Now, if that ain't hella goddamn concerning, I don't know what is. But also that it supposedly has a license where first do no harm applies. Alright guys, so I have a slight, change in plans currently. I just found the mama cat. I'm not real pleased. Pro tip to people around the universe. If you're gonna leave your home for days, and you have a live trap out, well, actually just don't. Do not set live traps for anything if you're going to leave home for days. When weather is, you know what, just don't, period. No matter what weather or climate. Unless you're there to keep an eye on a live trap or to check it regularly throughout the day, don't. If you set live traps and you know full well you're leaving your home for days, and especially if the weather 100 or so for several days running, that's absolute cruelty. I don't give a shit if it's set for a fucking fox, coyote, fucking bear, a fucking serial killer. Well, okay, not those, but I don't give a shit what a live trap's set for. You don't leave one unattended or not checked for links, and you damn sure don't do so in 100-degree weather, plus leaving them, say, inside of places on top of that to where temperatures are going to reach well above. You don't do that. That's fucking cruelty beyond measure. Now, what I just had to do in order to gain access to said live trapping cat, saw what it is. The cat's, obviously, having a moment. Not in real good shape, but fine. We'll be fine. Just tended to immediate needs. Gonna go steps further with that here in a minute. I am absolutely fucking enraged. So Mama's back with babies. Yeah. And, everything will be fine. Luckily, that's no different than if you put out something without, that's, no, that's something you just don't do, man. No food, no water for an animal, you're not attending to a live trap, you're leaving something to suffer. I don't give a fuck what kind of animal it is. I'm pretty pissed right now. So, yeah, mud pie. Yeah. Not real pleased. But luckily, I got to her probably in just enough time. All's well, still a pain, just, it's fine. And, the food and water and all the initials are there, all that, and so I'm gonna go clean everyone up and, all that good stuff and calm everybody down, because definitely the poor thing is definitely upset and fucking terrified, after the ordeal. So yeah, I'm not, bro, The good news is that what was caught on cameras yesterday was not this one, at least. So there's that. Yeah. So anyway, it's fucking bullshit, dude. Who does that? Who does that? Where do you raise that? That you leave a live trap unattended and without food for an animal. Intense, like what the fuck, bro? Anyway, I'm gonna go take care of Mama and babies and all that stuff. I hope she appreciates that they've been being hand fed. Otherwise, I guess I'm in trouble. And she's gonna be like, hell no, you keep feeding them. It's gonna go one way or the other. But, yeah. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of that situation, make sure everybody's okay, and then I'll be back. Because there's a local fucker that needs to be taken care of in the grand scheme of things. So, I will, I'll be back shortly, and we'll do it from fresh start. Let others anyway run for a bit and let them do their bullshit. It's probably a good place to leave it anyway, you know. Let them run with whatever they're planning or manipulating around with anyway. And because they're stupid enough to think all this was about them or wanted it to be or wanted the lift off or the manipulation should work to be. So, anyway, and like I said, anybody wants to screenshot it, send it to me. Actually, I already have it. It's just some funny shit, right? Using a platform, you know, target harass others in it, committing criminal acts and such, and harassment, provable harassment. Just an active duty military member, while also asking for money to be sent and to go to somewhere that's probably state sponsored and takes in grants. Yeah, it's a hell of a thing, ain't it? Group effort, online, violating federal laws, doing weird shit, putting targets on active duty member backs, trying to dox, going against protections provided military and military families, and doing it all from a place that has government money coming into it while online asking for money to be sent to it while doing those criminal things. Yeah, it has a feel to it. I don't know. I just feel like state should probably be aware of that, maybe, possibly. Alright, y'all. I'll be back. Okay? And then I'll get to what I was actually there for and let them do their hive manipulation bullshit so homie can get moved and new socks and undies and whatever, and I guess the Iron Gate recovers. They can get money and Ziggy can get money, so, you know. And, the Karma Bites and the others in here doing their fuck shit today for Ziggy and Fred and all that, much like, what was that one's name that did the stupid shit that time? And then went right over there and was like, "Get out of my ranch now!" Remember that one? Ziggy always sends over here to advertise. When her and Fred and I guess the recovery place, who takes in state money, needs money, right? Am I right? I feel like I'm right. So anyway, guys, I'll be back. Let them do what they're doing in a well-organized group fashion. Alright, with absolute proof of years of it, working in a well-organized group fashion on my name and my children's, while I often try to protect theirs. Do keep that in mind. I'll be back. And then we'll get to what the fuck I was here for anyway. See, I knew better than touch your shit. Curiosity. Y'all motherfuckers is always up to some shit, girl. Hell no. Hell no. Bless. Bless them all, Lord. Alright. I'll be back, guys. And then we'll get to what the fuck we're getting to, which is a local that deserves to be dragged and place where it goes. And we're all gonna sit and wonder why it supposedly, allegedly, has a license where first do no harm applies. And it clearly did, with intent and malice.